So, as you all of you know, what is my name? Up till now, you may have come through my name. My name is Pathan Arifa Khatun, and I am from Wali Sifes English Municipal Secondary School. We are here for Science and Technologies Paper 1, and also you know about your class, that is Standard 9. Okay, so just now I have told you about we have recalled many of the topics which we have come through in this chapter, and now we are totally we are now towards the end of the lesson. So towards the end of the lesson, the topic for today is, the first one is carbon dioxide, but again the name of the lesson, that is carbon, an important element, we know. And topics which we will be studying today is carbon dioxide, then methane, and later on biogas plant. What topics we are studying today? Carbon dioxide, methane, biogas plant. Okay, let's start with the carbon dioxide then. Okay, now let us have an introduction about carbon dioxide. It is necessary, no? We should have the introduction for carbon dioxide. The molecular formula of carbon dioxide is CO2. Carbon C, dioxide, di means two, oxide, oxygen, two atoms of oxygen. Therefore, it has become carbon dioxide CO2. Molecular mass, the total molecules and the mass is 44, and melting point of carbon is minus 56.6 degrees Celsius. Occurrence of carbon. Where does it occur? We all know. Carbon dioxide is in the air. In the air plus whatever we exhale. See, for living purpose, for our lungs, for our blood to run throughout the body, we need oxygen. So we take oxygen from the air. We take oxygen from the air and then we exhale. Exhale मतलब सांस बाहर देना. We exhale carbon dioxide. मतलब हम air we take inside, then that air it get mixed into our lungs and carbon dioxide is formed. So when we exhale, जब हम सांस बाहर देते हैं, so at that time carbon dioxide comes out. So it occurs in the air also in the free state to the extent of 0.03%. In the air, the percentage of carbon dioxide is 0.03%. And what we exhale is about 4% of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is present as a salt in chalk or chalk which we use on board, and shabadi tiles which are which we use in our house, tiles, marbles, limestone. Lastly, carbon dioxide is given out in the combustion of wood and the fossil fuel coal. Carbon dioxide is given out in the combustion of wood. When you burn the wood, at that time also carbon dioxide is given out, and also carbon dioxide is present in the fossil fuel. Which fossil fuel? Coal. That fossil fuel is coal. We have seen, in the earlier lectures, we have studied in detail about coal, the percent of carbon in coal. So that, and when oxygen gets mixed with it, there is a presence of carbon dioxide. I hope you have got through this about the occurrence of carbon dioxide, its molecular formula, the molecular mass, and the melting point. Now, on page number 144 of your textbook, there is one activity. There is one activity which has to be conducted in the laboratory. That particular activity or experiment, as we can say. But for this year, it is excluded from your syllabus. 25% reduction is there, no? So that topic is excluded. But the physical and chemical properties of carbon dioxide, which we can see on the screen, has to be studied. So, linking with the activity only, we will come through this topic. you can see an experimental setup same like this on your textbook also, as well as on the screen also. This is the arrangement of this apparatus for the preparation of carbon dioxide gas in the laboratory. The round one which you can see is the round bottom flask. It is called as round bottom flask. Then there is a bent tube. Then there is a funnel where it is written dilute HCl. And to the right side, there is a, it is called as the delivery tube, the bent one. And that is the jar. That is the jar. Measuring cylinder also it is called as. So this is the experimental setup for preparation of carbon dioxide. What is done here? I will just read out the procedure for this. I'll read out the procedure. We have to assemble the apparatus as shown in the figure. By assembling, place calcium carbonate in the round bottom flask. The watery substance which you can see in the round bottom flask, it is marble chips, it is written here, but marble chip is also calcium carbonate only. After adding calcium carbonate in the round bottom flask, we have to add dilute HCl, hydrochloric acid, with the funnel, with the thistle funnel. See to it that the end of the funnel dips in the acid. See to it when you are pouring, जब आप डाल रहे हैं HCl, so the thistle funnel, the funnel should be dipped into that solution which is present in the round bottom flask. What happens then? Carbon dioxide is formed when HCl mixed with CO3, calcium carbonate. Collect the carbon dioxide is formed after mixing these two substances or compounds. Then that carbon dioxide, it passes from the bent tube, the right one, the bent tube. It goes upward, then it comes in the bent tube and it takes a right turn and it gets entered into this measuring jar or cylinder also you can say, which is on the right side. What we have to do, collect this jar in 4 to 5 gas jars. इसको 4 से 5 cylinders में जमा करना है this carbon dioxide. The chemical reaction can be it is given there, but for now let us see what we have to do now. After collecting that carbon dioxide gas in 3 to 4 cylinders, 3 to 4 jars, we have to test, not with a tongue, we have to test it with some other compounds, The physical and chemical properties means the two you can see here in the textbook also, the number 1 and number 2. Observe the color of the gas form. This is the physical property. And second, also smell the gas in the gas jar. Okay. Now, if you go one by one, if we have collected the carbon dioxide gas in different jars, if we'll observe the color of the gas, the color will be colorless, no color. It will be having no color. If you smell the gas, अगर आप उसको smell करेंगे, if you smell the gas, it will be odorless. This is a scientific word which we use in science for smell, odor, O-D-O-U-R. Odor means smell, less, smell less. Actual word, odorless. Okay, these two are finished. Now, use separate jars for activities 3 to 7. Separate jars. For first and second, we no need to take any special jars. We can just observe it by with our eyes only. For activity 3 to 7, what we'll do? The third activity is remove lid of the gas jar and add limestone in it. Again, calcium carbonate only, limestone also. What will happen then? If you will add lime water in the gas jar which you have collected, carbon dioxide, the gas which is present in the jar, it turns milky. It will become milkish. That means it forms calcium carbonate. Third one. Fourth one, place a burning candle in the gas jar. place a burning candle in the gas jar. What will happen? Carbon dioxide neither burns nor does it supports burning. No reaction, that means. Later on, add some drops of universal indicator. We have seen these indicators in our previous chapters, which I have only taken. Yeah. So add some drops of universal indicator to the jar. In any one of the jar which you have collected differently, what will happen? It turns yellow. The solution will turn yellow. Next one, pour some water in one of the gas jar, in another jar, since we have collected in 3-4 jars. So in the sixth one, pour some water in one of the gas jar. What will happen? If you will add some water in the gas jar, in the carbon dioxide gas jar, it dissolves sparingly, very little it dissolves, very little it dissolves, and carbonic acid is formed. Carbonic acid is formed. And last one, moisten a blue and red litmus paper. Moisten a blue and red litmus paper and drop in gas jar of CO2. Last. What will happen when you will drop a moist litmus paper, blue also, red also, in the gas jar? The blue will turn red. The blue will turn red, but there will be no change on the red litmus paper. These are some of the chemical and physical properties of carbon dioxide. If you want to note it down, you can note it by taking a screenshot also, and then you can fill this answer in your textbook page number 145. Okay, some more chemical properties of carbon dioxide. Some more chemical properties. Sodium carbonate is formed. The first one, sodium carbonate is formed when carbon dioxide is passed through an aqueous solution of NaOH. That means the chemical reaction NaOH, sodium hydroxide, CO2 is carbon dioxide. It gives sodium carbonate. Washing soda, sodium carbonate plus H2O, water. Then later on, sodium bicarbonate is formed on passing carbon dioxide through an aqueous solution of sodium carbonate. The reaction is given. When carbon dioxide reacts with sodium carbonate, it forms sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate is nothing but your baking soda. Next one, uses of carbon dioxide. Uses of carbon dioxide. Important one also. It can be asked for your exam, and you must know about it as well. It's a common. It's a thing of knowledge. Okay, the uses of carbon dioxide. First one, carbon dioxide is used to make aerated drinks. Your favorite drinks. You people like to drink many soft drinks, no? Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up, Mirinda, Sprite. You all like, no? You like it very much. But when you open the lid of that drinks, very common example. The lid, after opening the lid, there is a pressure which comes out. Which comes out. What is that? It is nothing but our carbon dioxide. It is nothing but our carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide gas is uh, filled under pressure in that aerated drink, like your Thumbs Up, Coca-Cola, and many I don't know, like Sprite and all. Second, solid carbon dioxide is used in cold storage and also to keep milk and milk products and frozen substances cool during transport. Yes. Now, many of the if you brought this ice cream, yes, ice cream, you may find some cubes there. So what is that? It is nothing but solid carbon dioxide, and it is used in cold storage. for keeping the milk products also, for keeping cool the ice creams also, and also during transport. If the ice cream or if the milk products they need to be transported from one area to another area. So for keeping them cool, solid carbon dioxide is used. They are just like ice cubes, but not they are not ice cubes, just like ice cubes. Okay. It is also used for giving special effects of a mist in dramas and movies. Yes, these things we often see in the pictures and dramas, like a mist is formed. ऐसे धुआं धुआं दिखाया जाता है. Yes, and there is a song somewhere like that on the stage, and we can see a lot of smoke there. So what is that? It is nothing but the special effects which are used, which are given with the help of solid carbon dioxide. Third one, carbon dioxide kept under pressure is used in fire extinguishers. All of us, our BMC schools or all the schools, they have the fire extinguishers just outside of our class. And today we are going to study that also. Yes. So in the previous activity, I told you that when a burning candle is inserted in the jar which has carbon dioxide. So what has happened? Carbon dioxide neither burns nor it supports burning. ना ही वो जलता है ना सपोर्ट करता है बर्निंग को. तो इस वजह से therefore carbon dioxide is kept under pressure. Same in the case of our aerated drinks, and hence it is used in fire extinguishers. Fourth one, liquefied carbon dioxide is used to remove caffeine from coffee, the harmful substance that is caffeine from coffee, and also as a solvent in modern eco-friendly dry cleaning. For dry cleaning purpose also, plant use plant use carbon dioxide in air for photosynthesis. We all know this from the very um, like from 6th or 7th standard, plant use carbon dioxide है ना, for the process of photosynthesis. So the next one would be then the regular fire extinguisher. Just now only I said about it, regular fire extinguisher. I hope you may be knowing about this. है ना? This is the thing which we say. This is the thing which we see outside of our class, and it is the internal structure. Internally, how it is made. In your textbook also it is given internally how it is made. Let us study about the extinguisher now. Fire extinguisher. What is a fire extinguisher? Later, please listen carefully. I have asked about this fire extinguisher in our evaluation part. Huh? A fire extinguisher contains solid sodium bicarbonate powder. Sodium bicarbonate powder. What does the fire extinguisher contain? Sodium bicarbonate powder. Internally, inside it, there is also dilute sulfuric acid placed in a glass capsule. You can see there, sulfuric acid, the down one, sulfuric acid. There is a capsule-like structure there, and dilute sulfuric acid, liquid only. It is the capsule is filled with dilute sulfuric acid. The capsule breaks on pressing the knob. हम जैसे ऊपर से प्रेस करते हैं, the capsule breaks. The knob, the capsule breaks on pressing the knob. When we press the knob from upside, sulfuric acid comes in contact with sodium bicarbonate. Yes, sulfuric acid comes in contact with sodium bicarbonate, and they both react with each other, and after reacting chemically, it releases carbon dioxide. What we get when sulfuric acid and sodium bicarbonate is react chemically, carbon dioxide comes out, and that only helps to extinguish the fire. Carbon dioxide based fire extinguishers do not cause corrosion. The extinguisher which contains carbon dioxide, which contains or which are prepared with carbon. There are different types of extinguishers also used for different purposes and used at different places according to the intensity. Carbon dioxide based fire extinguishers do not cause corrosion and are non-conductors of electricity. Therefore, these are used when electric and electronic equipment catches fire. Simple. Non-conductors of electricity, carbon dioxide based extinguishers, जिसमें कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है mainly. They do not corrode also, plus non-conductor of electricity. Electricity से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Therefore, these are used when electrical and electronic equipments catches fire. Sometimes there is a short circuit and all, no? And whenever the electronic equipments they catches fire, at such time, fire extinguishers which are carbon dioxide based are used. Carbon dioxide based extinguishers are used to extinguish small scale fire. छोटी मात्रा में अगर there is a little fire, not to a great extent, little one, less one, it is beyond their capacity to extinguish a big fire. So carbon dioxide based extinguisher, they are mainly used for small scale fire, less fire. Because the capacity of carbon dioxide based fire extinguisher is not very big, so it is unable to extinguish a big fire. Carbon dioxide is filled under pressure. Yes, we have up till हमको तो ये समझ में आ गया. On reducing the pressure, it becomes gaseous and comes forcefully through the horn-like hose pipe. Carbon dioxide is, since it is filled under pressure, on reducing the pressure, it becomes gaseous and comes when the HCl and sulfuric acid they combine together, carbon dioxide is formed. The gaseous form is there only, and when the pressure is reduced, it comes out forcefully through the pipe, hose pipe. The chemical reaction is given. It is twice NaHCO. The chemical reaction you can note down in your textbook. Now many types of fire extinguishers are used. You can collect information about them, how the different fire extinguishers are used to extinguish the fire. Okay, the next part is methane, the saturated compound. Hydrocarbon, methane. So that is the molecular formula for methane is CH4. Yes. Why CH4? It has only one carbon and 4 hydrogen. We have seen the molecular formula of methane in the previous lecture in the hydrocarbon topic only. In the hydrocarbon topic only, that the carbon was in the center and hydrogen were bonded to it by a single bond, single covalent bond. Okay, molecular mass of methane is 16. Okay, let us see about its occurrence. Let us see about its occurrence. Okay, where it is found. Where it is found. Sorry. Now, methane occurs in natural gas to the extent of 87%. Natural gas, which is digged from deep under the earth, from the rig or from the rig only. Wherever the natural gas, petroleum that is extracted or that is brought up through various machines. So methane occurs in that natural gas. So the percent is also very more, that is 87%. Then decomposition of organic matter in the absence of air, that is anaerobic. And means absence. Aerobic means air. Absence of air. So this respiration or this word, anaerobic means in the absence of air. So the decomposition of organic matter, whatever the organic things, organic matter. We can take everything. Most of the things we can take, like the fallen leaves, we can take there. Then the kitchen waste product we can take. They are the organic only. The flowers, the whatever that is, uh, that comes naturally. So decomposition of organic matter in the absence of air. In the absence of air, it produces methane. When the organic matter, in simple language, when the organic matter decays or decomposes, in the absence of air, it forms methane gas. Methane is present in biogas also. Later on, we are studying that also biogas. Methane is found in coal mines. Methane is found at the surface of marshy places, which is why it is also called as marsh gas. At the surface of marshy places, sticky places. That's why the other name for methane is marsh gas also. Next one, that is the sixth one, on heating a mixture of hydrogen and sorry for the mixture of hydrogen and carbon monoxide gases at 300 degrees Celsius in the presence of nickel. I have also told about you the catalyst. So nickel is also a catalyst only. So when the mixture of hydrogen and carbon monoxide is heated, monoxide gas is heated at the 300 degrees Celsius in the presence of nickel. At that time also methane gas is formed. Then the last one, seventh, is fractional distillation of natural gas gives methane in pure form. Fractional distillation, it is a particular arrangement or particular apparatus is used and for obtaining pure forms of substances. Pure form of substances, fractional distillation is used. So when uh, natural gas is when natural gas undergoes fractional distillation, pure methane gases form. Pure methane gases form. Please note down it, or it is given in your textbook also. This is about the occurrence of methane. Later on, physical properties of methane. Melting point of methane is minus 182.5 degrees Celsius. First one. Second, boiling point of methane is minus 161 degree 161.5 degrees Celsius. Then methane is also a colorless gas. Third one. The fourth one is the density of methane is less than that of water. Density is less than that of water. Fifth one, methane is sparingly soluble in water. Little less. It is less soluble in water. It is highly soluble in organic solvents. Like what are solvents? The thing which gets dissolved another compound into itself. It is highly soluble. That means completely soluble in organic solvents like gasoline, ether, and alcohol. Sixth one, methane is in gaseous state at room temperature. At the room temperature, normally, whatever the temperature which is around us. So at such temperature, 37 degrees Celsius, let us take at approximately, not it may be 30, it may vary also. So at such a temperature, methane is found in the gaseous state. Okay. Now the chemical properties of methane. First one, methane is highly inflammable. It burns by reacting with oxygen to give a bluish flame. In this reaction, 23 kilocalorie per mole of heat is given out. Methane burns completely. The first chemical property. Second is the chlorination. Uh, Methane and chlorine gas react with each other at the temperature of 250 to 400 degrees Celsius in the presence of UV light. and it forms methyl chloride, that is chloromethane, hydrogen chloride, this is HCl. This is called as chlorination of methane. The chemical reaction is given CH4, that is methane, and Cl2, that is chloride, in the presence of ultraviolet UV rays, UV light. It gives methyl chloride, that is CH3Cl plus HCl. Uses of methane. Next one. Methane in the form of natural gas is used in industries such as fabric mills, cloth industries, paper mills, food processing industries, food products, petrol purification. The natural gas, because 87% of the natural gas is methane only. So that form of methane is used in industries for fabric mills, in fabric mills like cloth mills, paper mills, food processing industries, and petrol purification. Second, being the smallest hydrocarbon. Yes, it is the smallest hydrocarbon because it contains only one carbon atom and four hydrogen. That is the least one. The proportion of carbon dioxide released in the combustion of methane is small, and therefore it is used as domestic fuel. Methane gas is also used as a domestic fuel. Why? Because the proportion of carbon dioxide released in the combustion of methane, when methane burns, less carbon dioxide is formed, and therefore methane gas is used as domestic fuel. Third one, methane is used for the production of organic compounds such as ethanol, methyl chloride, methylene chloride, and acetylene. These are the names of the different compounds. Might be they are very new for you, methylene, acetylene, but they are all the compounds which are formed in the production of when methane is used for the production of these are all the organic compounds like the ethanol, methyl chloride, methylene chloride, and acetylene. So for their production, methane is used. Now, methane gas was actually discovered by Italian scientist Alessandro Volta. Sir Alessandro Volta between the years 1776 and 1778. While he was studying gases found in marshy land, marsh places. Okay? Actually, it was discovered by Italian scientist Sir Alessandro Volta between the years 1776 to the year 1778. While he was studying some other gases at marshy places. So at that time, he has discovered methane gas. Okay. Our next part, it is biogas plant, and it is the last one also. Biogas plant. We have been learning about biogas plant from the seventh standard. This is the arrangement of a biogas plant, which is given in your textbook also. Is given in your textbook also. So if you study carefully to it, though it is not it may not, I cannot zoom it properly, so better it you can see in your textbook only. So let us see about the working of this the composition of this biogas plant. So biogas is a domestic fuel only. We get domestic fuel only from a biogas plant, and it is totally organic only. Organic materials are used, and they are decomposed, and at such time biogas plant is formed, and the biogas is formed. What I use for a biogas plant? Animal dung. I will in the next slide I will show you how a biogas plant is used in villages. Animal dung, dry leaves, wet garbage get decomposed, all everything, kitchen waste, then your garden waste, dry leaves, then the soil, animal dung, and animal dung take other also human fecuses also. It consists of the biogas consists of, they get decomposed by anaerobic microbes, microorganisms. And aerobic means again in the absence of air. All these things they get decomposed in biogas plant. Decay hona, sad jana. हाँ, decaying मतलब सड़ जाना, decomposing or decaying. Animal dung, dry leaves, wet garbage get decomposed or decayed by anaerobic microbes. In a biogas plant, this produces methane. This produces methane gas. It is also called as biogas. It is also called as biogas. This a very cheap fuel. Biogas is a very cheap fuel. सस्ता है, cheap. It is a very cheap fuel option. It is an option for another fuel, which causes lots of pollution also. Plus, it takes money also. So, as compared to them, biogas is cheap, सस्ता है. Plus, it does not pollute the air also. Why? Because it is decomposed by or microbes, and also all does it contains is the organic materials only. So it is a cheap fuel options which meets the demands of cooking gas. It is also used for the production of electricity. Biogas contains about 55% to 60% methane, and the rest is carbon dioxide. Biogas is a fuel which is convenient to use, easy to use. And in addition to this, it is a very good manure, fertilizer. Very good manure is also produced as a side product of the process. दो काम हो रहे हैं, fuel also and manure also. Fuel for cooking purpose, manure for uh, for the good yield of the crops, for the good yield of the crops to be spread in the field. So therefore biogas is a very nice option, a cheap option, which meets the daily requirement. Okay. Biogas production process. Biogas production process. Now this pic which I have used is for your understanding purpose. Carefully go through it. Carefully go through. I will try to zoom it. You can see here now. See here. It is made under the ground. It is made under the ground. This is the connection, and in this way the biogas is produced. This is the process. Yeah, how the biogas is produced. Inlet pipe is there. Through the inlet pipe, all the organic material are put there. They are decayed there. They are decayed. One is the outlet pipe. Another one is the overflow tank. If there is an overflow, the gas get or the material get collected in the overflow tank. And this is the gas control valve. The gas is stored here, gas storage tank. In such a way, it is prepared. Production of biogas is an anaerobic process. Yes, in the absence of oxygen. It takes place in two stages. Remember the stages. The first one is production of acids. The second one is methane gas production. Biogas production consists of two stages. Production of acids. And second one, methane gas production. Production of acids. The microbes act on the biodegradable complex organic compound and produce organic acids. Whatever the biodegradable means which are not able to decay. So this microbe, what they do, they act on the biodegradable complex organic compounds and form and convert them into organic compounds. These are the production. The first stage, that is production of acid. Second is the important one, that is the methane gas production. The methanogenic bacteria, the bacteria which itself they contain methane in themselves. The methanogenic bacteria act on the organic acids to produce methane gas. Very simple chemical reaction is given. The CH3COOH, that is acetic acid. Methanoic acid also it is called as methanoic acid, since it contains CH3, one single carbon atom, CH3 methanoic acid. So on decomposition, it gives CH4, that is methane, CH4, CH3, and the another one H, it gets combined and forms the CH4, that is the methane, and C double O, that is two atoms of carbon, carbon dioxide. So methane gas production involves the methanogenic bacteria act on the organic acid to produce methane gas. To produce methane gas. Okay, I hope you may have understood this. Now shall we move to our evaluation part? Okay. Now for evaluation part, if you want to answer this, you can answer one by one, Almas madam. If you want to mute them, unmute them, you can, or else I will read the questions. Yes, Almas madam.